Hey guys, Adam Savage here in my cave with a new one-day build, and this one is a tool that you might not think of as a tool. It's an apron. I've talked recently on the site about how much I've been enjoying wearing an apron, having some of my key tools and materials at my disposal when I need them, and that's been really like a sea change for me moving around the shop. However, despite the fact that I really like wearing an apron and I like what it does for me, this apron is missing some key features that I would love it to have. So, out of some leather and some waxed canvas that I have and some other findings, I'm going to make myself my own apron. I've actually brought in the mannequin of me to use for sizing and measuring and patterning. And yeah, today we're going to make an apron. Having worn the apron for the past few weeks, I have some information that it has given me, including what I like to carry. I like to carry a scribe. I like to carry a whiteout pen. I like to carry at least a couple of Sharpies and at least a couple of pencils. I like carrying a sanding stick, a pair of tweezers. This is a mat knife, but I've also been carrying, where's the other one? There we go. This mat knife. Let's see, what else have I got in here? A square, yes, a little machinist square. Let's see here. Another machinist square. Clearly, I thought I'd run out of machinist squares. The second pencil. Oh, right. I really like the hammer belt loop, but I don't need both of them. Okay, so let's take a look at my everyday carry here. This is a baseline of what I like to carry in my apron. We've got the hammer, the scribe, whiteout pen, couple Sharpies, few pencils, tweezers, mat knives, square, and sanding stick. There's also some other things that I've noticed. I don't like, look, this apron is sold as a one size fits all, so it's adjustable. It knots in the back with a bow. That, I don't like that. Its fitment on me is adjustable depending on where I tie this knot. That's also something I don't like. I want to just solidify that. These straps are a little too lightweight. I don't like how flimsy they are. I'd like them to be a little more substantial. I feel like this could go a little bit higher. That's one thing. And I think I could cut down here on the sides. I think I would like perhaps some individual holders for things. This pocket being open, it's just a place for stuff to get lost. I want to have a specific location for each pencil and each thing. I also, down here, hey, stay put. There we go. Down here, I like these pockets. These are great. And I like these pockets. This dual arrangement is quite nice. However, I think I could use a couple more separators down here. And this leather pocket, I don't know what the hell that does. It doesn't really help me. The hammer loop on the right is the one I like. The last detail of the apron that I want to alter here is I want to do a split-legged apron. Back when I worked at Industrial Light and Magic in the late 90s, my friend Dave Fogler introduced me to the wonder of the Ben Davis work apron, which is a terrific apron. And it's a split-legged apron. So it's got, it splits here and has clasps that go around your upper thighs. And I just found that more useful in moving around the shop. And also, frankly, using the bathroom. That's important to me, to be able to use the bathroom. And with this thing, and when it's full of tools, it can be a real pain in the butt. So I think that's the basic gist of what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a more form-fitting part up here, more rigid straps, different pocket arrangement here, slightly different pocket arrangement here, split leg, and then my findings are all going to be set in place. It's not going to be adjustable anymore. So that back here, when I connect it, it'll just be a boop like that, just a one and done. Yeah, I think those are the pieces of information I currently have. I may glean more as I go, but I think that's enough to start patterning. along apace. I have here the basic outline. And as you can see, I think I'm actually going to do a drop neck here, a slightly drop neck on the fabric. And then I'm going to have a front pocket here. I'm going to do that in leather. I've got some fine, thin leather for that. This will come around, right, like this. And I'll have some grommets here. I may actually make this just a little bit wider. And then I've got the pockets laid out here, and I've changed all their shapes a little bit and adjusted some of their persuasions because I'm going to have this split here. I'm going to have some grommets and some cross braces on the back side. And the material, the main material for this, I'm actually kind of excited about. This is some green, there we go. This is some waxed canvas. This is great stuff. Super durable, waterproof. It weathers really well. It's ideal for a shop apron. And between this and the brown leather, I think this is going to be a really lovely, lovely piece. And, you know, there are aspects to a commercial apron that must be adjustable because human bodies are all so different. But mine does not have to be adjustable. I can literally choose its persuasions and put them together and try it, and it ought to just work, right? Like, I'm just going to take the measurements off the tied up apron on my mannequin and apply them to this so that when I put this on, boop, it's just ready for me, right? Like, I don't need that adjustability built in. I can manufacture the size to me. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the next step is, I think, to start cutting out the main pieces. I can't tell you how good this smells. Oh, it's like stepping into a Filson's store. Yeah. So I am going to start cutting out some of the main pieces of fabric according to the pattern. And then, yeah, the strapping. I have this beautiful twill herringbone shoulder strapping. This is really nice stuff. And I've got some clips for it and everything. Yeah, this is, isn't that nice? It's a good color. Yeah. Okay, so I have my pattern, I have my fabric, I've got most of the leather stuff already cut out. So it's time to, God, I love the smell of this stuff. It's time to cut out my fabric. Okay, so it's time to get sewing. I've cut out all the waxed canvas. I've cut out as much of the leather as I need right now. And I'm very close to, yeah, everything's on. It's time to start assembling. And, you know, I've talked a lot in the past about order of operations. In machining, it's super important to know your order of operations. And in sewing, it is too. So I've got a base piece of fabric that makes up the main body of the apron, and I've got a top pocket, I've got 2 side pockets, and I've got 2 thigh pockets. And the order in which all this stuff goes together, including the hammer rings and the straps, is important. So the very first pocket that I'm sewing is actually I'm sewing this belly pocket, these side pockets, specifically because I've got to sew this line here before I sew this pocket onto the main body. And it's like tons and tons of those little decisions that I have to keep on making in order to get this thing ready to go. Yeah. So I think I'm going to sew this all the way around away from the seam so that when I sew it, it's close to the seam, and then I have a nice double stitch around this pocket. It'll look really nice. I'm using a high strength thread, and I definitely don't want that setting. I want a straight stitch. Yeah. Okay, so let's, why don't we get started from hither. This is the basic shape, and I have sewn the seam all the way around the edge. I'm really liking the way it feels. I'm liking the way it grabs me. I'm liking the way it breaks at the pants. Here, I'm liking the way it breaks here at the split leg. That's really nice. Yeah, this is going really well. Also, by the way, the waxed canvas does these kind of seams really nicely. It's got a real body to it, and it kind of stays where you put it. I mean, it weathers really nicely, but it also has a lot of like plasticity. It's almost like a clay as a fabric. It's great. All right, so the next thing is, I think, to do the pockets, right? The side pockets back here. Yep. Okay, so that's the next thing. What we're doing here, we're going to do like that, and I'm going to do this bottom part, and I'm going to go on the outside edge, so I'm really tight to the outside edge. Oh my God, you can't see a damn thing. So here's where this central pocket right here goes. I'm leaving this unsewn, but I'm going to sew, and then I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do, and I'm going to bring that right, yep, right there. Right up the Jexy. Yep. Okay, so these will be the hammer loops later on. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for assembly. Okay. I'm going to fold this up here so I can spin it on the line. Oh, this is looking like I know what I'm doing, which is totally not the case. Okay, here we go. Oh, I really like working with this wax canvas, man. It is great stuff. All right, let's get those holders out of the way. Let's, I don't need to cut away. Ladies and germs. All right. I'm definitely going to strengthen some of these pocket edges with rivets. That's for darn sure. Oh, wow. Did I just snap my needle? I did. Damn it. All right. Yeah. looks great. Yeah. Oh, right. I got to do the center. I got to do the center bit. Haha. Almost. I'm going to go one more line across the bottom here because I want it to be really solid. So now it's time for the leg pockets. They go here and here, and they sew, oh, right, okay. Yeah, they're gonna sew like that. So I'll have one like that, one like that, right, because I like seeing that thing. And that doesn't interrupt too much of these pockets. No, it doesn't. I gotta think about this one. Hang on just a sec. It's almost like I kind of rather it be down there on the leg. So maybe even instead of on the inside of the leg, on the outside of the leg. Yeah, I mean, that actually feels a little more comfortable and more like where I go for the thing, right? Yeah, okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do right. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to round the corners here. And point. And I'm going to add in a secondary pocket. Yeah, because I want to store more things, right? First order retrievability, man. Got to get it all going. There we go. So I have completed the main body of my apron, and I'm really pleased with it. It's looking great. I got this multi-pocket holder here. I got these leg pockets I'm really pleased with. It's coming along, and I can't wait to put it on me. And that's the next step, is fitting this to my body. So I've got to put some straps on the shoulders. I have to have those wrap around the back and go through probably a center back brace. Then I have to attach them to the sides, and then I have to make the little clip that holds it onto my waist. And then I actually am going to have some attachments for the legs to keep them on my legs. There's a, yeah. So now it's all about attachment to fit me. Imperfect as I am, that's what we're doing. The current stage we're at, we have the straps on the shoulders. They come around. This, really nice. Yeah. Okay, so now they're going to come around and cross my back and then come out through these guys. So these are leather supported, effectively grommets. I know that stitching's not beautiful, but it doesn't have to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a slot in there to fit my webbing after the fact, and I'm going to use a slot cutting hole punch. Yeah, you might not have even known that these existed, but they do. And I'm going to use them right now to cut a slot here. So here we go. That's it. And we're going to do one like this. Great. That's one half of the slot. We're going to do the other half. Now, if you have punches like this, it's really important that you have a surface you can punch into. This is a piece of Delrin. It's really nice. Let's just make sure this is long enough. It's, yeah, that's ideal. Oh, look how pretty. Look at that. Again, it looks like I knew what I was doing. So let's do the other one. Now, as I'm doing it, I'm kind of rocking this way and that to make sure that I'm getting all the way through. And these punches, they're not super expensive. And when you have a few different sets, you have all these options. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay. Yeah, that goes there. And then this one comes here. Right. And so then I just need the little Delta clip that sits on this. That's this guy right here. And that's just going to go here. So I'm going to make one side loose and long, and that'll allow some adjustability in this guy. And, oh, okay, right. There's the center back. Okay, so first off, I'm going to want to, let's see, what is the active and what is the dead side? I'm going to want to activate right. This should be the live side and this should be the dead side as it is, which means, right, I've got to cut this open. Hang on. Right. So I'm just going to have this one come right to my center back here, right to there. Yep. And so this one comes in and clips in like that. That way, yep, is that the outside? Yep. And that way it plops in there. Yep. And this one goes in. Oh, this already feels so good. I can't even tell you. It feels like really nice. Why do I need to dance? There's no reason. I'm just feeling good about my apron. This is freaking awesome. I might have to move the loops. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to sew in the loops, but I might have to add a loop because the hammer hangs over this pocket, and that's weirdly problematic. But as far as how high this sits, as far as how it matches on me, I'm really liking it. So I think this is what I'm going to choose for the... Yeah. Okay. Right. I have to make a piece of leather that these go through back here. And I'm going to do that on this figure. Here is the cross of the two straps. And I'm going to take this piece of nice heavy veg tanned leather and I'm going to make a nice keeper for it that is stable. This punch is for the ends of belt loops, and so is this. And I'm going to use them both on this little keeper here. Right, I'm going to dye this, make it a color. Yeah, and I got to take care of some of that stuff. I'm going to get some leather dye here. All right, now it's time for me to sew that in, and we are barreling down on the finish of this guy. I'm really kind of psyched about it, but let me do a test fit first. Oh, right, gotta separate those two. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of does it, doesn't it? Wow, man, we're getting there. We're getting there. Ooh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're barreling down on this. The next step is for me to add the connectors that make these go around my legs, and that makes them much more usable. And instead of sewing, I'm actually going to do all this with leather rivets. So you're going to get to watch my process with some leather rivets. This is great. I am also going to add some leather rivets right here because that's a weak point right there. I think that's about it. But yeah, I'm going to use leather rivets instead of sewing to attach those. So let's take this off. I'm just prepping the leather straps that will be the pieces that, yeah. Oh, I'm going to do it on the inside. Yeah, it'll be nice and neat. Okay, now I need some leather rivets. Some leather rivets. That's what these guys are. And a leather rivet has two parts to it. It has the stock and the receiver. And what happens is you use a hole punch like this to punch a hole through. Then you attach these from both sides. You pop them through, and then you whack it with a hammer. And it's a really nice, secure connection. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to do this on top of here. I'm going to do it with two leather rivets because I want a little bit of traction here. Here we go. Great. And pop these through like that. Put this through like this. And put the rivet caps on the back side. Then put it back here like this. Yep. And I know there are rivet setters for stuff like this, but for this not that important mechanical connection, that's fine. That's fine. You sent the dogs after me? That's fine. Okay, so now we go to the other side and do the same thing. I'm popping the holes in on with the leather on top just so that I can see its orientation. The actual connector for around my legs will be these little dog collar catches, and they'll be attached to some D-rings like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is attach the D-ring to the inside here. And that's just going to be a single rivet. And I've cut some small piece of lace for this. I've been rounding all my corners, just cleaning up the visible edges just to make things look a little prettier, a little neater. Every little bit helps. I'm doing this one on top because I don't want it to, yeah, it's a long story, but I'm doing this one on top and I'm actually going to attach it on top. So here we go. Oh, whoops, almost did it upside down. Great. I love these little tiny D-rings. These are just, I picked them up on Craigslist a few months ago. Yeah. Okay, so now it's time to add the last rivets, and they will be the ones that attach these dog collar catches to the leather strap here, but I have to figure out the actual length of those. So I'm going to put it back on and do another test fit. When you're making something you're going to wear, you can't test fit it too much. You really, really can't. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to be coming around. Awesome. So. Yeah, I think I do want to cinch up just a little bit, not too much. Yeah, there. All right. Oh. I was like, why can't I hit it? I was using the wrong end. All right, so here we go. Connect that up. Like that. And the thing is now it feels like it's really attached to me. It feels like feels great. Feels like it's it moves with me. And I like that. And I like that more, right? That feels really, really good. Okay, am I done? I'm not quite done. So the apron's going really, really well. It fits me nicely. It's adjusted for me, for the size of my body. Oh, right, I've got to get these loops right. Okay, so I'm going to do this loop like this, and then I'm going to add in another loop right over here. The loop, it's in. The loop is in. Yeah, it's the moment of truthiness. The moment of truth. Here we go. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Put on the top. Oh, yep. Connect up the belt. Yep. Put the legs on. Oh, I am not taking this thing off for weeks. I'm just saying that right away. That feels good. We put the hammer in. Yep. Okay. Time to. Yep. Got the mat knife. That goes there. So here. This. Right there. This. Also here. That's where I'm. Actually, maybe it goes here. Maybe that's where I look for it. My scribe must live right there. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Sharpie. Another pencil. Yeah. Oh, this is fantastic. What lives there? Maybe that's where the Sharpie goes. Yeah, that's great. Hammer for thwacking. Yes, thwacking hammer. Guess I don't need that. Now I want to put all sorts of stuff in here, right? Now I want to like, you know, this brush, I carried this around in the thing. That felt really good. Yeah, that is one apron. And faster than I thought it was going to happen, to be honest. That whole project took about 3.5 hours. I am really pleased. This feels great. I've been thinking about this for weeks. Wait a minute. There might be one last thing to do. I feel good enough about this that I want to put a maker's mark on it. Oh, right. Yes. I want to put a maker's mark on it. And I'm going to do that right here on this lovely piece of edge-tanned leather. Okay, so the maker's mark I'm making will be my name, Savage. And I'm going to etch it into a piece of brass using some ferric chloride. I like ferric chloride because it allows me to be quite discreet about the etching. By discreet, I mean I don't need a ton of etchant. I can do this entire job with about a tablespoon of it. Here is my ferric chloride. This is a 40 ready-to-use solution, 42 degrees. Oh, I don't know what that means. This is for etching circuit boards. I've got a Cricut cut Savage, and I'm going to apply it to some brass here, and then I'm going to etch it. I am then going to cut it out and attach it to my apron. So it's been made as an applique, so I'm going to put it on here. Actually, let's do it like that. There we go. That's good. All right. So there is my name, and the sticker provides the resist. So when I put the etchant on there, it will etch out the name, but leave the rest. Now what I have here is a little dam around the resist, and I'm going to apply about a tablespoon of the ferric chloride onto there. All right, I've got a little cup here. I'm going to pour a little bit in. When I'm finished with this, I need to kill the acid reaction, and I'm going to do that with the base of some baking soda. So after I get it etched to where I like it, then I'm going to kill the reaction with baking soda, rinse this whole thing off and pull it off, and you'll get to see my name in brass. Here we go. So yeah, I'm just going to start applying this. Actually, let me bring you in a little bit closer to the situation. Again, I am not using any more than I have to. Now, if I let that be, we'll start to see some bubbles form there. Now, what happens is that top layer oxidizes, and you kind of want to keep on, what I've been told, what I've been led to understand is you want to keep on sort of working the oxidation bubbles away because they'll inhibit the etch. But I'm kind of flying in the dark here, so we'll see how we do. So I've done the etch. I have no idea how deep it went. That was probably about 25 minutes. Brass seems to etch much slower than aluminum, but it does look like I got an etch in there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not as deep as I was hoping, but it is an etch. Look at that. All right, I'm going to try and polish this and see if I can't get it to stand out even a little bit more. Brass clearly etches way slower than aluminum, because check that out. There you go. Now you're looking at the, yeah. So it's a very, very shallow etch. I can't even really get paint in there, but I dig it. Oh, time to cut this out and mount it, because it's a Savage Apron. Okay, I have finished my hand-hewn Savage label here. Yeah, and I'm about to rivet this right here. All right, and there it is. I know it's not perfect, but that's kind of why I like it. Yeah, there is. It's always good. It's always good to sign your work. All right, I am so psyched about this apron and how easy it is to put on, honestly, and take off. It is so fabulous. Let's do this. Here we go. I've been thinking about this for weeks and almost the entire lockdown, and that I finally got it going. Makes me super happy. I was happy to bring in my doppelganger. This doppelganger, which was CNC'd out of expanded polystyrene foam by my friends at FBFX in London, the guys that did the Alien Covenant and Prometheus and also Martian spacesuits. They made this for me last time I showed up there, just to show off their amazing scanner and their printer. It's the ultimate costuming mannequin for me. Thank you guys for joining me for this one-day build. Oh, feel like working. Thank you so much for watching that entire video. Your viewing helps us keep the lights on. Well, it's one of the ways. One of the other ways is through selling our merch. And you guys have been so fabulous about suggesting great merch ideas when I say something strange or funny, and you suggest in the comments that we put it on a sticker or we put it on a t-shirt. Well, we are following your advice. And if you follow the links below, you can buy some of our merch so that we can make some more videos. Thank you guys for watching.